Greetings, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway on a very boring Sunday afternoon. How are you guys doing? Man, what's life without sports? Holy crap. It's really bad. I don't know what to do with myself, man. I'm just getting myself set up here for a sec. My good friend Rob is going to join me for a minute, and then everyone can take a swing at me for my stand on YouTube shorts if you want to. Okay. I'm ready to go. There we go. Yeah, I guess I started a bit of a kerfuffle in the vinyl community with my stand on YouTube shorts. I don't know. It just takes away from the whole personality of the vinyl community. I know it's all about music and sharing a passion for music, but how much of a passion can you share for music in a 15-second clip? Come on. It's like I tune into your channels, for those of you who are watching and do shorts, because of you. Like, it's what draws me to the channel. I you know, I love, for example, Chris Prophy. Chris is just a fantastic guy. Consider him a friend, and he'll talk about Rod McEwen. Well, I could care less about Rod McEwen. I'm not watching the video to hear about Rod McEwen. I'm watching the video to see Chris's passion for Rod McEwen and to see Chris, because he's the guy that draws me to his channel, not the records that he's listening to. Hi, Marianne. How are you? Thank you for joining me in this spontaneous live chat. It is the most boring day of the year, man. The week between the last NFL playoff game and Super Bowl and the NHL All-Star game. It's like I prefer YouTube sweatpants over YouTube shorts. Thanks, Calvin. Yeah, my whole argument is that I think people are drawn to channels because of the personality of the person. If Larry Graves just shut up, never said anything. Oh, hold on. I got my partner in crime here. Hey, Rob.
How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Well, not too much. Lazy Sunday.
Is this the most boring frickin' day in the year?
There's nothing going on at my house.
Nothing. I mean, I love spending my Sundays just watching football, afternoon hockey, whatever. There's nothing on.
I can't stand football,
Oh,
but I love just hanging around doing nothing. But yeah, there's nothing going on. My son's in the other room playing. My wife's hanging out with him, and
cool.
I'm bored.
Yeah, I was gonna do. I was just gonna sit and listen to tunes all afternoon. So
yeah, that's probably in my future as well.
yeah.
Maybe I'll make some YouTube shorts just for you.
Yeah. I'm just defending myself. So my stand, because 2 minutes yesterday, I was just, all over the place. I watch your channel because of you. I don't care if you're talking about Susanna Hoffs or
Right.
You could be talking about music I don't like.
Right.
That's not what attracts me to your channel. Your
I'm
personality is what attracts me to your channel. And in a YouTube short, that's gone.
Agreed.
And I don't like it. And I think the whole vinyl community grew on the personalities of the people. We all kind of became friends out of nowhere. And it turned into a community that was
funny you should
special.
mention that.
And this just takes away from it. It's
funny you should mention that because I'm just finishing up my 1 year sort of retrospective that of YouTube, and I mentioned in that when I started making videos a year ago, it was just because I wanted to talk about records. I didn't anticipate the connections that you make and the friendships that you make, and it truly is a sense of community. I did not expect that at all. And you're right, you do lose that with a short.
That was the big thing. It was for me too. Yeah. Exactly. You said it perfectly. It was like, my God, I spent my whole life with my cousin Paul, we were the same age, grew up from the time we were in the cradle. We just loved we both had to share this passion for music all our lives. He passed away about 5 years ago from cancer, and I miss him dearly. Like, we could sit together for days on end and never speak and just listen to music, like, and just enjoy each other like that way. I never had anybody else like that. And then I'm finding,
My person like that was my dad, who I've talked about before, and he died
yeah,
13 years ago, and I don't have someone else to share that passion with.
but
So
now you've found people all over the world who were like that.
right, that's right. I mean, look, you and me and Sam, we chat for a couple hours every week, and that's one of the
Yeah,
highlights of my week. I look
me
forward to
too.
that.
Yeah, so I find that shorts take all that away. That's my whole thing. You want to do
I
it,
agree. I mean, I get why they're there. YouTube's trying to compete with TikTok. I don't
yeah.
get the TikTok thing because
But I don't watch
whatever.
TikTok, so why am I
I
going to
don't
watch
either.
YouTube Shorts?
I don't either. My wife always sends me links to TikTok videos, and I don't watch them because I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I get why YouTube's trying to do it. I don't like them. I keep thinking about doing some. I hate them, but I wonder. And Rachel made this comment a couple times on some of her live streams that she's been doing them, and they reach a broader audience than just our little bubble that is the vinyl community. And maybe that brings people into the vinyl community that are music enthusiasts that didn't know we existed. So
Or
I look at
maybe
it and
it
go,
brings in the people who have the attention span of a pea.
it does that too. But then they're not going to watch our long form content. So who
Like,
cares?
the person who's watching a 30-second YouTube short, are they the same person who's gonna watch someone talk? Are they gonna watch Mazzy talk for 25 minutes about a jazz album?
No. And this is the thing I've been thinking about, because I'm thinking, is there a way I could do a short that provides some value to my channel, that promotes some of my other videos? And I go, what the hell can I do in 30 seconds?
Yeah,
Nothing. Nothing.
yeah.
So I wish they'd go away and they didn't exist, but I don't know.
Well, they're here to stay.
They are.
It's the way of the world. I'm a dinosaur, so that's
Me
just the
too.
way I feel. I'm not supporting them, and I've gotten a lot of support on that video underneath. A lot of people are saying, "Yeah, right on, Glenn."
I agree with you. I was just trying to play devil's advocate. I was trying to find the silver lining that maybe there's a reason for them. I don't know.
Well, I know exactly the reason for them. People think they're adding like subscribers to their channel,
And
and
there are
and
people that
and,
are on YouTube for that reason.
and I
It's
believe they're
I'm certainly
monetized
that's
too,
not
right?
my motivation. I'm never going to be a YouTuber.
Yeah,
I'm just a guy that likes to sit and talk about music. So
yeah.
holy, we
Norman
got royalty
Maslov.
watching us, Mr. Maslov.
Mazzy, you're more than welcome to join us and have this
Yeah,
discussion
jump
if you
on,
want.
Mazzy.
I'm going to put up a link, and if
I'd like
Mazzy
to
wants
hear
to
his
come
thoughts on the
on,
shorts.
I would be honored. Mazzy, I just put up a link there. If you want to come on and talk to us about this, that would be perfect. But Mazzy's the perfect glowing example for me. I watch Mazzy's channel for Mazzy.
Same here.
He talks about stuff that I have no interest in, but I'm not
To,
watching it for that reason.
to me, he's like the professor of music. He was the
Yeah,
very first
I
channel
I'm
I stumbled
glued.
across. I stumbled across him years, 3-4 years ago or whatever. And I'm like, hey, here's a guy talking about records. I didn't know people would get on YouTube and talk about records. And that's where it all started for me.
Yeah, he was one of the motivators for me to do a
Yep.
channel. Him, Larry Graves. Like,
Absolutely.
imagine Larry Graves if he would have 50,000 subscribers. If all he did is went, here's 15-second clip of a Sparks record by. It's Larry's personality.
I mean, the shorts would be okay if you could actually play a clip of music without fear of, copyright strikes and that kind of thing. Because I think is like John's been doing it, but he got put in YouTube prison for a little while. But that would be a neat way, because there's a lot of music I own and other people own that no one else has heard of, and you'd love to play people a soundbite. I refuse to do it because I don't want to.
Yeah,
I know a guy that posted a couple of videos that he took at a Bryan Adams concert, and he lost his channel because of it. And I'm like,
no,
I
you
put in
can't.
too much
You can't
work
do
to lose this.
the utopia would be that if they allowed us to play music
30
on our
seconds.
channels to promote it, that
Yeah,
would be great. If you could play one song, or allowed to play one song from a band or something, but
sure.
it's just, that's the way it should be.
I agree.
Yeah, that would be great. Mazzy said he can't come on, but he's listening. So That's good. Yeah, we got the Godfather listening to what we have to say, which is absolutely nothing. Just mouthing off.
That's right. We're
Yeah,
bored.
yeah. And the other thing is anybody who's watching a YouTube short, I imagine is get like people are saying, oh, it brings in new people. All those people have Spotify. I would be willing to bet they're all streamers.
Probably.
So they can listen to the whole song on Spotify or whatever Apple Music, whatever they use, their
Yeah.
source is. So
Yep.
really, are they really that excited about hearing 15 seconds of the
No,
new
probably not, I guess.
Taylor Swift song? I don't know. I'm going to see what people have. Anybody's got anything interesting to say? Because clearly we don't.
No. We're just the two old men saying, get off our lawn.
Yes.
I'm definitely that guy. Get off my lawn.
Down with shorts. I know Christian's on my side now. He made a nice comment. He said he tried them out and then
Just to make sure, Christian, it's down with YouTube shorts because we just don't want to see people dropping.
Yeah, we're not pulling our
shorts.
shorts down. No.
No. I'm wearing shorts right now and they're staying
Even
up.
if you beg, I got sweatpants on. So
I wear shorts all year round.
there must be lots of college basketball on. The only college basketball I could find was women's, and not that there's anything wrong with women's basketball or sports. I don't mean that, but just I just don't. I could watch it. Just I guess that new Mono Stones box is good. I was I'm in my local record store on Friday talking to my buddy Tim from Zap Records, and he's totally down on the Stones box. He said when the original one came out, he had it. He said he thought the sound quality sucked on it. He said there's no way the Stones could ever have good quality sound on any of their early albums because that's the way they were recorded. They weren't recorded in like the Beatles consistently at Abbey Road Studios with George Martin. The Stones were all over the place, recorded some stuff in the States, recorded some stuff in England, whatever studio they happen to be in. Andrew Logue Oldman or whatever his name is not George Martin. These records are never going to sound incredible like the Beatles records do. So
I think I'm about the only person that doesn't have the box. I'm just not a Stones fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a couple early Stones records and I've got Hot Rocks and I listened to it once in a decade.
I'm a huge Stones fan, but for some reason, I'm just getting turned off by this box. It's just the greed of it. I think it's starting to wear on me, the greed of these box sets, and this one's kind of the one that's just tipped me over the edge.
I think I don't like the Stones because in my youth, like early 20s, I was married for a very short period of time, and she was a crazy psychotic lunatic, but loved the Stones. I think now whenever I hear the Stones, I think of that very traumatic period of time in my life. So I think that's what I think of whenever I hear the Stones. So
That's hilarious. I like all your guitars, Rob.
Thanks, David.
I think everybody likes all his.
Yeah, they look pretty hanging on the wall. I mean, I play them. I'm not. I like to say I'm the world's most average shitty guitar player.
A 15-second short does not make me want to buy that album. No, me neither. I have Kiss Alive on vinyl, and it's fun. You're a Kiss fan?
Me? I'm not a Kiss fan. No.
No, I'm not either.
I don't get it.
Hey, Steve.
I mean, I'm probably naive, but I think it's all show, lack of substance.
I feel that way about most bands who. That's the way I feel about most modern music and young pop divas. Is there's something missing from the music if you have to have such a gigantic, ginormous stage show?
The music doesn't speak for itself.
No. Hello, Vinyl Buzz. The YouTube gods are scary. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Favorite Birds album? Oh man, I've always been partial to the first one, Mr. Tambourine.
Probably the same.
I have been listening to. I got the CD box set of all their albums for Christmas and been revisiting them. I really like the Turn 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 album. I think that one is my favorite. Get off my front apartment cement. Yes. Or the little grass that grows in the cracks of the sidewalk. Get off my grass cracks. Stones and Zeppelin are my most viewed. I'm just throwing shorts up. not much effort. So, okay, so here's my question then. If there's no effort in it, why do you want to do it? Like, I don't know about you, how you are with your videos. It's not like I put a lot of work into. I don't edit or anything, so I don't put a lot
I
of
put a
work
ton
into
of work into my videos.
post. But what I put a lot of effort into is thinking about what my next video is going to be. It it's to the point of exhaustion.
I
Like I'll
put
wake up
in
at 2
I
o'clock in the
put in
morning
a
to take a piss, and I come back and lay in bed and going, I got to come up with a cool topic. You
yeah,
know,
I do the same, and I put in a ton of work. Listen, they're still not great quality because I'm not a
well, yeah,
cinematographer.
you do a much more professional job than I do. You're much more
A
polished.
20-minute video takes me 4 hours.
Yeah, that's
You
pretty
know,
cool. Like,
and I want to start experimenting with actually doing, like, I just shoot it on an iPhone right now, but I've got a Canon digital SLR. I'm going to shoot it on a better camera. I'm going to actually invest in proper lighting, and I'm going to try and light my room. I want to.
oh, that's
That's
perfect.
the next thing I want to do. I'm always,
Yeah.
because for me, it's part of it's about the records and the music, but I've also really enjoyed the YouTube experience. When I started a year ago, I didn't know how to make a video. I knew nothing. And so it's just been an incremental acquisition of skills. And I'm just trying to make it better and better and better. I'm never going to be a TV show, but you
Well,
know,
it's like a TV show.
it
I
is.
admire what you do with yours. You do a
Well,
good
it's,
job.
I like, to me, it sort of fulfills kind of a creative, it scratches a creative itch. I'm making something.
Mhm.
And so I'm always trying to make it a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And that's the other reason when I think about a short, I'm going, okay, so I film a 30-second short on my phone and I drop a title on it. I mean, I've got a bit of a marketing background, and to me, there's no, I try to brand my channel a little bit, have my logo on it and the color scheme and all that kind of thing. And I'm like, I can't, if I'm going to do that with a short, then I'm going to film it and I'm going to put it in Premiere Pro and I'm going to do post production on my short. And then I'm like, it defeats all purpose of doing a short.
I don't think people. I think people. The motivation for doing shorts is completely wrong. That's what the
I think
problem
it's
is.
only for the folks that are just out there to grow the channel. And
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, I want to grow my channel too, but that's not my motivator for doing
but
it. I
really,
don't
the
want to
people you
be
want
a
watching your
YouTuber.
channel are people who are actually like watching the show. Like I've done videos that are 10 minutes long, and I see comments that clearly are people who didn't watch the video
Yep.
because they'll make a comment where I said exactly the opposite.
Right.
Even my short video, someone commented that, well, this video is short. And I actually said in the video, I made it 2 minutes long, so it's twice as long as a short.
Right.
I know it was how long it was.
Right.
It was intentional.
Yep.
Down with YouTube shorts, yes.
Keep your pants on.
Yeah, just
That's
watch out
good.
for Interpol. I've got connections, buddies, out there who are doing these things. I hope Tank and the Bangas win a Grammy tonight, although I have no idea. The Grammys are on tonight? See, I wouldn't even know that.
I only knew because Sam posted a poll on his community page saying, "Are you watching the Grammys tonight?" I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hardly wait to miss that. I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
exactly.
I
It's
think my
Sunday
wife
night. I'm
and I
going
are
to be
gonna
watching The Last of Us on HBO.
I'm gonna be watching, I'm gonna be playing a game with my wife. We're gonna play a game tonight. We're gonna have game night because there's nothing
Oh,
on.
those are fun. We
Yeah,
used to do those.
yeah. Did you do a Dylan Box set review? No, but it's coming. Sam and I are gonna film something early in the week, so stay tuned. I absolutely love the set. I am anxious to hear Mazzy's review on the vinyl. I have the CD set. There's a lot of gems on there. I'm a Kiss fan. I'm a Stones fan. I'm a Beatles fan. Wow. Now, how do you feel about ABBA?
I thought we weren't allowed to talk about ABBA on your channel.
I'm a Birds album.
I can pull out some ABBA records if you want.
No, I don't want you to. I'm a Birds fan. Okay, that's better than being a Birds album. Got the 10 LPs, but I won't rush review until I digest it more. Yeah, we're looking
Yeah.
forward to that, Mazzy. I'm a Black Sabbath fan and a Johnny Cash fan.
So David
Yeah,
likes a lot of everything.
that's great, David. I think that's the way it should be. Like, good music is good music. I don't care. Like, if you just say, I don't like country music or I don't like this or I don't like that, I think you're missing out on a lot of great albums. if it's a good album, it's played by good musicians, it's well done. Pass on the Stonebox. I already have everything. Many deluxe editions. It's buying Dylan's Fragments. I bought 3 other deluxe boot series since. Oh wow, that's great, Steve. I wonder what other ones you got.
I wonder if he's wearing a shirt.
I love Steely Dan. Wow, Steely Dan, man. How can you not appreciate Steely Dan? They're so good.
That's band. Like, I like some of their songs, but I never really got deep into them. I probably
They're
should.
so well done, and they're so well recorded, and they sound fantastic. And same here, Norm. I was interested in your thoughts. Looking forward to the video. The Grammys are what the Rock Hall wishes it were. I don't think so.
They both are
really
not stellar.
Grammys are like the biggest sellout suck up thing ever.
It's essentially what, a couple hour product commercial is all it is.
Yeah, for really crappy music.
Yep.
Steely Dan rules. Yeah, let's have a fight, Calvin and David. We should get them on here and let them debate Steely Dan.
Yeah. Hey,
Afternoon,
Jeff.
fellas. Hey, Jeff.
Jeff should join us.
Are you a fan of these guys? Where is it? Supertramp?
Absolutely.
I picked up this is one of my favorite live albums of all time.
Whenever I have that one.
Supertramp, I always listen to this. It's so
They've
well
got
done,
such
so
a
well
unique
recorded.
sound.
Bernie Grundman did the mastering on this.
Did he? Okay.
It sounds fantastic. I picked it up yesterday. Two album set for $10 used.
Would you believe I haven't bought a record in 2 months?
Really?
2 months. Other than pre-ordering the U2 Songs of Surrender, have bought a record in 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, they're so bloody expensive. I haven't been record shopping.
I know.
I had some other household expenses.
Yeah.
So
I got this little part-time job now, so it's kind of like I got a couple extra bucks, not too many, but the money comes in, and I got to buy my record. I got
a mortgage and a wife and a son and one.
I still have a mortgage, and I'm retired.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Bob Weir.
Yeah, I saw you did a video on that. Yeah.
Oh, what a great album this is.
So my mission for February is I need to get into the Dead, because you talk about them all the time, and my buddy Bob was talking about how great they are, and a couple other people in some comments were suggesting. So I'm gonna explore the Grateful Dead.
Well, it's so many. It's a big rabbit hole, and there's so many different variations and so many different styles. You got to be careful, because if you listen,
folks were giving me some
the Dead, but then the next thing you listen to is completely. Their studio albums are, for the most part, weak.
Folks were giving me some suggestions of where I should start.
American Beauty is a fantastic album. It's almost Crosby, Stills, and Nash-ish in a way. It's very harmonies and stuff. They were actually hanging around with David Crosby and Stephen Stills when they made that album. And Ace as Bob Weir album is fantastic, like really good. That's just a great singer-songwriter album, I say. Yeah, and any Europe 72, any of those ones are good.
I think Europe 72 might be the one I start, because I love live albums. So
yeah. Springtime's great. More Blood's good, although that's a lot of repeat, just different outtakes and stuff. And Trouble No More is great. Wow, you got 3 good ones. That they're Dylan deluxe editions. Awesome. Supertramp has only 2 good albums. Breakfast. Really? I don't agree with that. I like all their albums. Wow. Yeah, Breakfast.
I'm kind of the same way with them. Even if I don't know everything on the album, it's one that I can put on and I can listen to, even if whether I'm giving it my undivided attention or if I'm sitting here doing work, and I just enjoy sort of everything that's on there. So maybe there are only 2 that are good, but I seem to enjoy listening to all of the ones that I've heard.
Yeah. That's always a big disappointment to me, is those 2 guys, the main guys in there, Hodgson and Davies, or Davis, or whatever his name is, hating each other and splitting up. A great band.
Yeah.
And then neither of them did anything substantial after they were gone. I mean, Roger Hodgson's playing casinos, and
that's sad.
Listen to Tank and the Bangas before you say they are
We
crap.
didn't. They
Although
were crap. We
they
said
are
the
only
Bengals,
nominated
or
for
we didn't say the Bengals were crap. We said that the Grammys were crap.
yeah. I've never heard Tank and the
I
Bangas.
don't know them either.
I will give them a listen, Calvin. American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. Yeah, they're kind of like A and B. They're like sister albums for Grateful Dead. Name My Daughter Cassidy. Wow, what a great song, which is on the Ace album. Fantastic. Saw Supertramp 3 times in the 70s. They put on a great show. Crime Century is my top 10 all-time album. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I never saw Supertramp. They were big in Canada in the 70s. They broke here big.
Yep.
Q107, which was kind of took over as the FM channel to listen to from Chum AM or FM at whatever point in the late 70s, just played the crap out of Supertramp.
Yep. They still get played all the time in classic rock radio up here.
Yeah.
Not that there's great classic rock radio anymore, but
I don't think there isn't. Don't they call it? Classic rock has changed now. It's gone from, it used to be 60s to mid 70s. Now it's what, like 90s?
I stopped listening to the radio 10 years ago. Honestly, I haven't listened to the radio other than to listen to the Jays game on Sportsnet. I don't listen to the radio at all. That's why I have my entire digital library in my car. But when I used to listen to the radio, like 15 years ago, I used to listen to, what was it? It was a classic rock station out of London, 103.9, I think. And then they went like top 40. And then there was another classic rock station after that. I don't know. But anyway, there hasn't been a good classic rock station in 15 years.
Well, now they call them alternative stations, right? And I don't know if they're just playing Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
I think if you want to listen to classic rock, you got to go like Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Which I refuse to pay for.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Any of you have listened to Elbow, another great band deserving a wide audience? No.
I don't know them.
Here's one. Did I bring it with me? I am just freaking loving this album. Dawes. You ever listen to Dawes?
Oh, I love Dawes.
Have you heard this new album? This is their latest.
I own it on vinyl.
What?
Not my favorite.
Really? I freaking can't stop playing it.
It's fine. Have you listened to Nothing Is Wrong?
I don't know if I've got.
Okay, hold on. I gotta grab it.
What's the first album called?
I think the first one was self-titled.
Let me grab the Dawes. It's got like a black cover.
And then the anniversary one is white. That album, I kid you not, Glenn,
got me into Dawes. That first
is
album.
in my top, maybe my top 10 albums of all time. Nothing
is
wrong. Dawes, Nothing Is Wrong.
Okay, I'll
grab it. Hold on, it's right over.
For anybody who hasn't heard Dawes or isn't familiar, Dawes, it is very Jackson Brownish. Their first couple albums, I would say. There's two vocalists in the band, I think, and one of them sounds just like Jackson Brown.
Oops,
and
it's the right one.
Very kind of easy, that Southern California sound almost that was prevalent back when Jackson was making his classic albums. And then this album has kind of that same sound, but they expanded all the songs. There's only 6 songs on this album, and there's a lot of long lead breaks, guitar breaks and stuff, but more in the vein of like a Hotel California long break. It's not like prog rock. It doesn't branch off into some weird time signature or anything. It sticks to the melody of the song and just kind of they extend the guitar breaks and stuff. It's a really good album.
It's good. I got the autographed vinyl copy.
Really?
Yeah, and I like it.
Hold on a second. Larry Graves is with us.
This is the one you got to get, Glenn. Nothing Is Wrong.
Larry.
There he is.
I was waving for the last hour.
I didn't even see you down there. I was all
I was on for like a minute.
I'm writing that down. Nothing Is Wrong.
Nothing Is Wrong. So this is an original first press. They're hard to find. They're crazy expensive. Then they reissued it on an anniversary edition that looks like this.
Cool.
Their best album by far.
Oh man, I can't. I know you said you're not really into this one yet, but I can't stop listening to it.
I think I got about 5 of their albums, and I think I've got almost, except for Nothing Is Wrong, I've got all the others that are autographed by the band.
They seem to be getting better and better with each album. Like they're really growing as a band.
What genre is that?
Dawes, it's they sound kind of like Jackson. To me, they sound
Yeah.
like Jackson Brown. It's very like almost like a Southern California type sound, like
And there's
Eagles and Jackson Brown and stuff like that.
there's one Dawes record I have to get, and it's not actually a Dawes record. Taylor Goldsmith, who's the lead singer, his wife is Mandy Moore, who's the actress, and she was a teen singer or whatever. Her last album, I think maybe her last 2 albums, Dawes was her backing band, and they're her touring band. And I'm curious to pick that up. Not that I'm not a Mandy Moore fan, but I love Dawes, so as a bit of a completist, I got to pick that up.
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, if you like Doom Scroller, Nothing Is Wrong is incredible.
Okay, I got to see this. I got to catch up on some comments here. I saw Dylan twice and Stones twice. I've seen Dylan about 6 times, and I've seen the Stones about 6 times. So
Competition.
Even Q107 is now dry. Yeah, I haven't listened to Q107 for so long. I'm surprised it even exists
Radio
anymore.
sucks.
Quality Acts nominated for Grammys. Dr. John is nominated for Grammy. Alison Krauss as well. That's awesome, but that's not the focus of the show. That's the problem. It's like I hope Allison gets some time up on stage. I would love to see that, and Dr. John deserves a lot of love. Love both those artists. There's Mazzy, Elbow, Manchester band. Okay, no W on the end, like Elmo. Yeah, Norman Knows Elbows. Norman Knows Elbow. That sounds like a TV show. Cowboy Junkies Trinity Session. Yes.
Cowboy Junkies are
great
fantastic.
albums.
Yep.
Yes. Recorded at the Trinity Church in Toronto behind the Eaton Center.
Yep.
No,
I think I have a couple of
nobody
Cowboy
mentioned
Junkies
is
albums
good
kicking
by
around.
me. Okay. Well, David, we won't ask you about Hotel California. Larry, give a listen to the Weller album Sonic Kicks yet.
Yes, it is amazing. I love I've got 8 of his albums now, and I love every one of them.
Mazzy's waiting backstage. You better let him on.
Oh, he is on now.
Yeah, you old guys don't know technology. You got to look and see who's waiting back here in the green room.
Hey, at least we don't spell elbow ELBO.
Yeah.
Isn't that how the band spell it? Or no, maybe they don't. Rob Walker. Okay, Rob Walker's here now. He's the one that sent me that Elbow CD all the way from Manchester.
Mr.
That's when
Manchester.
he liked me before he didn't like me, before he liked me, before he didn't like me again, and he sent me that. And I love that. I love that CD.
Are you guys getting along again?
I'm making
I
notes.
think we always get along. We have a different opinion on things. We get along. I think I get along with him. We have a different take on things. That's all.
I got to listen to Elbow. You've got my curiosity here. I'm writing it down.
I feel so close to Canada
without.
I feel so close to Canada now without having to be in Canada.
There you go.
Look at you. Yeah, you're like our Levon Helm today.
Exactly. So I'm basically the best singer in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
What's going on?
Sunday, just chilling out here in
It's
Seattle.
a boring day.
It's nice. It's a catch-up day for me. It's nice. I don't have anything like planned. I just got to do some things. And
I was just catching up on a nap, and I went, I got to get up and do something, man.
Yeah, you guys were talking about the Dead. Rob was talking about. I think that Europe '72 is a good starting point for a lot. First of all, it's live, but they also augmented. There's a lot of overdubs of vocals and instrumentation, which some say is cheating, but so many live records have been fixed, in the studio after the fact. And the Dead are infamous of being slightly out of tune and slightly off key. So I think it's a good overview of that period. That's my favorite. From 67, 68 to 74 is my favorite Dead period.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good start.
Okay, that's where I'll start.
And it's a good sounding record. It's a really, Europe '72 sounds great.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is a good starting point. I like that period of the Dead too the best, but I also like a little later because I like some of the songs they started doing later, like
Yeah.
Eyes of the World and Franklin's Tower and all those songs are
I'm not a fan of Brent singing his vocals. I
yeah
don't know what it is, but I have some of that stuff too.
yeah. Sonic Kicks is decent.
Oh, it's more than decent.
Wow, yeah. Rob's a big Rob Weller fan. Are you into Rob Weller at all, or Paul Weller from Mazzy?
It's fun. I have a friend who found all these original Paul Weller albums, and he had all the reissues, so he gave them to me free, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. And I like them, but for some reason I don't go back to them. I kind of get bored with them a little bit, but I like him a lot, and I love the Jam.
Yeah.
And I love the Jam, and I like Style Council, which is kind of that French poppy, jazzy, British mod thing. I like that better than a solo record. But I like him as an artist. I just never pull him out to play, and I didn't pick up his last 1 or 2, but
Yeah. Mr. Graves here is on a Paul Weller
Yeah.
kick. He's obsessed.
Yeah.
But people are into. I know Rob is really into him. You're into. I mean, people are into him. Love it, and I respect him more than I love. Like put a record on and listen to it. So
Yeah.
I like
And are
Stanley
you-
Road just because there's a Beatle connection, and the cover was designed by Peter Blake, who did Sgt. Pepper and the
Oh, I
Who's
didn't know that about the cover.
Who's Face Dances. Yeah.
That's the album that Larry turned me on to is Stanley Road. It's a really good record.
Yeah, it
Different
is.
than I thought it would
That's
be.
probably my favorite, maybe. But I don't
Yeah.
really know him that well.
And he has a great cover of Walk on Gilded Splinters on that album.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. Have you been getting into the Jam and Style Council too, Larry?
Not yet. No, I'm gonna just kind of do his solo career first, I think, and then
Yeah.
pick up everything else.
I bought a Jam collecting.
The Jam, I really do like the
collection,
Jam.
which I really like it. There's not a bad song on it. Those guys are
Yeah.
they were a great
Yeah.
band.
What's great about it, they're so melodic and with a little bit of a, I don't want to say punk, but they got that little new wavy punky thing going. They're just great rock, and going back to the Kinks and those kind of British bands and the early Who. So I love that.
Yeah. Did you what had happened to it? Did you pick up the anniversary edition of Ace?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I did not. I heard some people didn't like the sound, but I have an original and it sounds a Green Label. To me, the Green Label Warner Brothers records from 69 to 72 or so are the best sounding records.
I'm really liking the mix. It's different.
I haven't heard it. Yeah.
Bob Weir's vocals are way up front. It's kind of like what they did with Lennon or any of these remixes. They push the vocals up and they add the bass and
So they remixed it, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need it because I like the record, and my version's great though. I did just win. I won Dots and Loops contest last night.
Cool.
His whacked out thing. So I get the greeny label of not the first, but the Black Sabbath record. Is the second? I forgot which one it is.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't have an original of that anymore.
Here's Rob. It's elbow with a W.
Yeah.
Mazzy's thinking about Sesame Street.
I was thinking about Bilbo, like Bilbo Collins,
Bilbo
Baggins, Bilbo Collins. I'm thinking of Phil Collins every time.
Kiss overdubbed on Kiss Alive. I'm surprised he even sang on it.
Yeah, but you guys, Rob, put a U in color. So come on.
Yeah, we do.
That's the King's image.
Because we like to be different.
The Canadians do too?
Favorite? Yeah, we do.
Did the Brits make Canada do it when they kind of
Yes, absolutely.
They forced us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
British to the core. Yeah. Honor, the word honor has a U in it. Color.
And
neighbor.
stand up and sing God Save the Queen.
Yeah.
Don't say that around Rob Walker, please.
Yeah. And it's it's a foyer, not a foyer when you walk into someone's house.
We spell check differently. CHEQUE.
Jefferson Airplane. Yes.
That's my favorite San Francisco band. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's what got me into that whole scene was
But But them and the Dead are so different, you know. So it doesn't. I mean, and the Quicksilver, all those bands were kind of family for a few years in San Francisco, with the all playing the Fillmore and the Avalon and all those records. They're on each other's records, especially the solo records like the Paul Kantner stuff and the David Crosby came up, was hanging out here. You know, that first Crosby album.
The Jam rule alongside the Clash. Yeah, I can't disagree.
But the Jam were more of they had that stylish thing, like that mod, like with the Who, the way they dressed, and you'd never see the Clash do that, the punk bands. So
the Dead is great. Airplane better than the Dead. Like
unfortunately, Airplane had a shorter window. Like to me, Bless's Point Ahead is like that's a great. If you want a good live album, it's a good sounding live album. The bass playing on that of Jack Cassidy. That's a great record.
OMG, Larry, the Jam will blow you away.
Yep, I've heard them. I know. Yep.
Picked up my first Jam record a couple of weeks ago.
Town Called Malice. What a great single.
Is Larry afraid I'd...
Of the band Big Stars? No.
Afraid. Be afraid, Larry.
I'm not afraid of anything.
Yeah, Larry, you big coward.
They're going to come out and steal you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So
put a double lock on your door.
Yeah.
Wildwood and Stanley Road are my favorites. Picked up 22 Dreams last
22
week.
Dreams I have. It's excellent.
Yep. I saw it. It's in a used CD store by where my daughter's place. So I'm going to go pick it up.
Yeah.
Next week.
It's like his White album. It's a double album. Yep.
You're not in Florida now, are you?
No, I'm home. My youngest daughter lives an hour away, just had a baby, so we had our first grandchild, so we're kind of hanging out with the grandkid.
Nice.
And then my daughter who lives in Florida, she's coming up. She's going to be here for 2 weeks. So I would love to be in Florida because there's too much friggin' snow on the ground. And it's too cold.
It's warming up this week, though, Glenn.
Yeah. Did you get that cold snap in Seattle too? Like, did it hit the West Coast too?
A little bit, yeah, but it wasn't like the East Coast. No,
Oh.
I mean, I think it hit just under 40. So, I mean, that's not bad.
Friday night was the coldest temperature they've recorded here since 1946.
Yeah.
We had minus 26.
It's 45 now, but it's overcast. But it's you got a fire going and it's nice.
We were minus 31 Celsius. I don't even know what that works out to in Fahrenheit. Like minus 100. I don't know.
And yet it's going to be like 8 on Tuesday.
Yeah, and rain. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Big Star's America's Badfinger. I mean, they're both.
I don't know about that.
Power pop. I think
some catchy stuff, but they're more edgy or more. I don't know. I don't know. Edgy is the word, but I haven't listened to Marian Faithful yet. I just watched it in the Humming Guru last night. I watched about 20 records. So,
thank you, Michael.
Oh, you did an Anderson Cooper interview?
Yeah, where he was interviewing me. Hey, Glenn, you know that rant you did recently about the shorts?
Yeah.
And then Joe Mayo did one about he does rants once in a while. He did one about he's fun. He's so funny though because even Molly really laughs. Like they screwed up his order for his sandwich. It was missing the tomato and the lettuce and all that. But I'm going to do a kind of a joke video on you and his rant. So
cool. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought you wanted to do shorts, Glenn.
No, I don't want to do shorts.
You were saying, how do we? Yeah, at one point you were saying, I want to.
You and I were talking about it.
I'm not admitting to that. I'm not admitting to that.
I don't mind. It's when a channel uploads like 10 a day. It's like
it's overloaded now. Like when I pull up YouTube now, all the videos that have been freshly minted are all up for me to kind of go, okay, so and so's videos. 99% of them are shorts.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Stop it. Make a video. I would never have been a fan of Mazzy's channel if that's all he did was shorts. I wouldn't have gotten it. Or you.
I've made maybe 2 shorts, and they weren't for that purpose to do a short. It was a short video, and now if you make something short, it automatically goes in that category.
Yeah.
In fact, I had an intro video that I've had up for about 4 years, and about 6 months ago, a notification. We're now calling this a short video. So it was
And starting this month, you can monetize shorts, so you're going to see more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're using their music, you can't, you know.
Yeah.
You can't monetize if you play any music clips.
Well, that whole thing
You'll
about
have a
music,
copyright
there's
claim,
some
so
revenue
that it's not
sharing, but I
eligible.
think if you're using that, you can't. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's an original, you gotta. I mean, you can't. When my channel's monetized, but if I do play music on certain videos, and all that goes to the rights holder, which
Yeah.
is fun, which
Yeah.
it should be.
Yeah.
It should.
Yeah. How come some people seem to get away with it? Like you get people who just sit and listen to music, like they have it in the background. Like there's that guy in England, Jim, who does
Yeah,
a
and
listening.
Patrick, the vinyl archivist, does it too. You know, it depends on the music, and like, I mean, when I upload my videos, I always upload them private, and within 5 or 10 minutes, you get the algorithm, and it tells you this is a copyright. It's not a strike, but the money goes to the artist. And every once in a while, it's a song I can't use, and then I'll take it out or change the song out. But I get it. This is what we were talking to Rachel Stream about this morning, because I represent commercial photographers and about copyright and licensing. So I totally understand about artists' rights and music, and everyone likes to jump on YouTube. It's not YouTube's fault. They're the delivering service.
Yeah.
It's whoever owns the distribution or the publishing or all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you know,
you get a kind of this copyright claim from Warner's or from Universal or
yeah,
something.
yeah, they own the rights. And I mean, my friend, the archivist, who is on my channel occasionally, she works for Universal, and her thing, all these different divisions around the world that does playlists, they go to her team, and they make sure all the metadata is correct, so the right person, artist, label gets the money for that thing. And sometimes someone will do a playlist in the UK, but 5 of the songs you can't use in the UK. So she has to be she's one of a team that says you can't use these songs on your playlist. You know, I mean, these aren't like individuals; these are company parts of Universal, internationally, that make these playlists. You know, like every once in a while, there's a weird playlist, like how to watch your neighbor while she's hanging the laundry playlist. You know, things like that.
But what kills me is though you take a band like the Grateful Dead, who pretty much developed by allowing people to tape their live shows.
They didn't care, and it was live shows. Yeah,
they didn't care. And now if I played Grateful Dead doing Ripple live, I would get a copyright claim against me.
What's happening now too with all these companies like Dylan selling his catalog, Springsteen, it's going to get tighter because all those companies are going to need to make their money back.
Yeah.
Bowie sells his catalog or the Bowie estate, and it's all about. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's I just don't bother playing anything on my videos. And Jam were influenced by 60s music in a way. They were old-fashioned in the 70s, but now they sound fresh. I gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
Mazzy, how does that Marianne Faithfull album you just bought sound? I've never seen
that.
it.
I've cleaned it, but I haven't listened to it yet. It's a mono. I've never seen that cover. It's a mono Decca record of hers, black and white cover.
What album is it? Oh,
I'll show you. Come My Way. I've never seen this cover.
Wow.
What year is this? I don't know. I think this 1965, so it's early.
Wow.
Isn't that a great photograph on the cover?
Yeah, is it ever?
I mean, it's right out of the Rolling Stones Aftermath. I guess the year before Aftermath.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So. Oh, I just realized. Know what song they do on here? A song I've been playing a lot lately. They do They do Four Strong Winds.
Wow, that would be interesting.
I love that. I'm a big Ian Tyson fan, and when he died, a lot of people don't know him.
Yeah.
Ian and Sylvia. So.
Wow, that's a great song. Oh, that's a great label. Look at that old Decca.
Yeah, isn't that great? And it clean. I'm new to cleaning. There's some scratches and stuff, but it's pretty clean, considering it's almost 60 years old.
A lot of those old albums were made so sturdy that the odd scratch it doesn't even affect it, you know?
I find like a lot of Columbia records from the 50s and 60s, Two Eyes and and the Six Eyes, they look scratched, but if you kind of clean them up a little bit, usually they look shitty and they sound great.
Yeah. I've got a BB King album. I can't remember what label it's on. An early BB King album I got at
ABC?
somebody's
Maybe.
place, and that when you look at the record, it looks like someone's just used it as a frisbee for 20 years, and it plays fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so quiet. If I saw it in a record store, I'd be going, I got to throw this in the garbage. This is just junk.
Yeah.
Yes, Larry got that.
I got this yesterday. I guess it's reissued for 2022.
Is that the same that was in the boxes, that series that came out before?
Yeah,
Yes.
like 10 years ago.
They've reissued
I
it.
got this. It was not even on sale. It's $30.
Wow.
This is a big example of buyer beware when you
Yeah.
think you're buying something rare that it can't be reissued.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy I bought it. It doesn't matter that it's
I
reissued.
bought it when it first came out for like $50 or whatever it was at the time.
then it went up.
Sold it for $100. It was
all those Jethro I don't have any of them, but all my friend has all of them, and they're going for a couple hundreds in some cases.
I know. And now they've reissued thick as a brick for $35.
Which means they'll do them all, probably.
Yeah.
And I finally got this, Glenn. First
You-
time
you've
in my
never owned
CD
Aqualung?
collection. I've never heard the whole album until
Top
last
5
night.
album of all
Wow.
time for me. Love Aqualung.
He's gonna rant about. Everybody should rant.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just be miserable and rant. Just kid. We're just kidding, probably. Oh, we're sharing temperatures 6 Celsius here in the Garden City. The Garden City, what's that? St. Catharines or something? Ontario? I don't know.
Yep.
They need to keep the shorts out of the sub.
Yeah,
Agreed.
you should be able to say, "I don't want to see shorts," just in the summer.
Is this where the party is?
Yes, it's a
Yes,
big party.
it is.
Of course it is.
Yeah. I understand struggling desperate channels doing shorts.
It's not really going to help.
Well, there's a lot of struggling desperate channels out there.
I think people just like I mean, I
Brian.
don't love them. I don't hate them as much as you, but I don't really watch them, but because it does clog up your whole stream thing. But if people are, I think I did one. The last one I did was when I put on Jeff Beck's Truth, Beck's Bolero after he died, and I played like 30 seconds of that, and it just seemed like something I didn't have anything to say right away, and so that's
it's almost like a little fitting tribute to him.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool song, and so, but
the party is wherever I am. Oh, John's.
There's John. We were wondering where you were last night. John, Sam, and I were bored, and we were going to live stream, and we figured you'd be up, but you weren't, so we didn't bother.
G Korea is a big blocker. I would imagine. The JT remixes are horrible. No, they're not. They're fantastic.
They're not.
The original mix of Aqualung is absolutely awful.
Yeah, it sounded great to me.
The remix that Stephen Wilson did is incredible. Yes. There you go, Christian. John Boy, check your Instagram messages. John, you're welcome to join us. Let me know if you want to come up.
I got to get going, Glenn. But
you do?
It was nice to see everybody. Rob,
Yeah, I'm not going to hang on for long. I just wanted to come on for a bit.
say hi to Anderson for me, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Larry.
Okay.
Tell him I like his hair color.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
See you, Larry.
Yeah. Bye.
That's awesome. Wow. What else is going on, Mazzy? You picking up anything new and exciting you can tell us about?
I've been dealing with this guy's collection that wants me to kind of sell. I did this OJC sale. It wasn't an auction that pissed off some people because
There was a hubbub about that.
one guy bought 60% of the records. But so he has like 10,000 records. I said, why don't you sell them to a store? He goes, well, I called. They want to give me like 10 cents on the dollar, but I'd rather watch you. I like being entertained, and he doesn't have to sell them. He's 10 years older than me. He likes me kind of doing our shtick, even with waxed and You know, he just, I think it's a form of entertainment, because if he sold them, you know, he's retired and he sits around, and if he sold me to have a chunk of money, which he says he doesn't need, and then it's gone. And this way, like once a month, or we'll see how it goes and see if it
There he
works.
goes.
And but he doesn't want to be named, so he's anonymous, but he knows they're his, and he gets a kick out of it when we're sitting, you know, drinking a beer and talking about records and having fun. I mean, I see it as having fun, and sometimes people get all upset, and I get it. You know, what happened is the guy Mike from the In-Groove, OJC's original jazz classics are what Fantasy put out from 82 to 91, the reissues of Contemporary and Prestige and Fantasy and a couple other labels, jazz stuff. And when they came out then, in the last decade, as CDs came out at the end of the decade, they were like $6. So they were kind of cheap, you know, but they're good records, all analog, but just nice. And this collection, 60% of them were sealed, all in shrink, like beautiful. So it turned out Mike at the In-Groove wasn't buying them to flip for his store, but he wants to collect them. So he knew that everyone that we showed, he was going to push that buy button. So he didn't hesitate, where everyone else kind of waited, you know, even a split second. Do I want those 2 Chet Baker records? And I get it. And in the middle, you know, maybe someone said I should have stopped him or changed. But when I'm in the middle of doing a sale, I'm not going to change it up there. I'll tweak it next time. But usually you're not doing one label or one, like if I just said I'm only doing Beatles UK original copies, and someone has money, they might want to buy every single UK Beatle record, you know. So, but there's some cool stuff in the collection. I did pick up this. I'm a big Prince fan. This is really rare. This is 1990 when, you know, CD was king, and I found this Friday. I drove these guys around. Harry, you know, Harry's Music Room.
Yep.
He came up from Tacoma with a friend of his, and this guy Craig, who's from Canada, lives in San Diego. The Turntable, what's his channel name? So we kind of drove around to 5 record stores, and it was fun.
Oh, cool.
So we made a video on that. I like going around and making location videos.
Yeah, they're
fun.
good when you do that.
Well, they're fun. I mean, if people haven't been to a place, or they're never going to go to Seattle or San Francisco, I mean, I like looking at people's cities too, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. Right on. I don't know what else is going on. There's not much exciting happening. Got it. Mail to top of the list. Did you bought those? Did you buy the new Stones box too?
No, I have the 216.
Yeah.
I would never buy something like that twice. I mean,
Yeah.
just to have a color, you know. I mean, I will admit, McCartney 3, I think I have 6 color variations for, but I'm a Beatle collector, you know.
Yeah.
I like the Stones box. You're right. I heard you guys talking about it. They were not great sounding records like the Beatle records, but those DSD transfers and that Stones box, I mean, unless you have, you know, really clean original UK monos, that sounds really good, that set. So if you like the music, it's a great way to go, you know.
I'm surprised they didn't release them individually. Like, I mean, even the Beatles mono box, they released you could buy the albums for a while.
Yeah, I think, I guess it's just easier. I don't know.
Yeah, it won't shock me if they do at some point.
But I think there's some weird titles in there that I mean, the obvious ones like Aftermath or New England Hitmakers, or the later ones, obviously, but there's some weird titles that I don't think would be really popular to press, 5,000 copies or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
Yeah, that's
surprising. I mean, it's surprising they did US and UK stuff, which is interesting.
I know.
Because the Beatles would never put the Capitol stuff in the same box.
Wouldn't you think that would be a great Beatles release that people would like, though, if they did a box set of the North American albums?
Well, as an American, I think so. I mean, I would probably buy that, which is really ridiculous at my age. But
I would probably buy it too, because that's what
I would buy it too, even though I don't want it.
Right, but just think about it. I mean, I know it's not what the Beatles intended, and I know they added all the reverb in different orders, and took off songs and added singles. But think about it, like a big chunk of the world grew up on those records. I don't think I ever had a UK Beatle record until 67 or 60, maybe 68. You know, I mean, I knew of them sort of, but until Tower opened up in 68 in San Francisco, you didn't really see imports very often in
No.
stores. And Tower had a whole import sections. And that's when I started picking up all the UK copies, you know.
I remember Revolver when I had no idea about the difference between the North American releases and the British releases. And my parents took, like, this is like, I was like, well, 66, 13 years old or whatever. I go over to some friends of my parents' house, and they had a kid who was the same age as me, and he showed me his record collection. He's got Revolver. I'm looking at Revolver. I'm looking at the song list.
Right.
This isn't Revolver.
Yeah.
It was like, what's this crap? No,
I
that's
still
the
think
real
there's
one.
two essential. I mean, there's a bunch of them, and I don't mind the reverb. We just got used to that stuff. But there's two essential American albums that are to me important. It's Beatles' second album, only because it's probably their greatest rock and roll record. I
Yeah.
mean, the rock songs, and it's a lot of covers, but it's just a great rock and roll record. And the guy, Dave Marsh, from used to write a lot for Rolling Stone, wrote a whole book on the Beatles' second album, a little tiny book, why it's a great rock and roll album. And the other one is the Beatles' Rubber Soul, which some argue is better than the UK because it's got more of a acoustic, folksy, more acoustic guitars songs than the way they intended. And I know it's not the way they intended, but you know, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, Rubber Soul's a totally different listen. That's the one. That's the dramatic one.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's like folk rock. I mean, like what the Byrds were doing a little bit, but
yeah, even the phony start on.
Well, it's funny. That's something I didn't hear for. There's a phony start. Now I'm forgetting. It's only on the stereo one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I had the mono one for a couple of years, and I picked up the stereo. I remember playing it, and what the fuck, and I kept putting the needle back and everything. It's like the Horzu. Magic Mystery Tour, which is the best sounding one. There's an extra intro bar in I'm the Walrus. When I heard that the first time,
Really,
it blew me
I've
away.
never heard that.
And side two, that's the only version, aside from the later reissues, that has full stereo of all those singles on side two.
Do you have that Horzu German pressing of Magical Mystery Tour, Rob?
No, I've been on the hunt for one for a while.
It's weird that it's the best sounding record. It's so weird that in, what is it? When did I come out? In 72 or 82? I forgot now. And it just sounds better than, you know, a UK copy, that whole thing. And I know it's put together because it wasn't really an album in the UK first, and that's why people used to dump on the MoFi box, the Magic Mystery Tour. They used some of the wrong tapes on MoFi when they did that MoFi box.
Yeah, that doesn't. For years, that was like a grail, and now it's kind of gets slammed as.
It's not very good. I have it, and you know, I keep thinking if someone offered me enough, I would just get rid of it at this point. But you know, so if any one of your viewers want to pay me $1,500 for the MoFi box, it's got a few little scratches on the case itself on the side, but the records are pristine.
Canadian?
$1,500. Well, if you want it, isn't
That'd be like
$1,500 Canadian?
$4 American.
I think it's like $2 American.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason I came on this morning, because I figured I could get more bang for my buck hanging out with Canadians.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
If you're selling Canadian dollars, you'll.
It's all about the exchange rate and the import duty.
You'll lose your shirt.
Yeah.
And you got to promise to pay the duty.
I've been thinking about doing a video about that, about how expensive it is for us Canadians to buy records, especially order them from the US.
It's not only the exchange rate; it's the shipping costs and all that stuff.
The duty is crazy.
You almost pay for the record twice.
My friend Steve at All the World's a Stage sent me some VCLT the other day. I looked at the postage. The postage was $33 US to send a record here.
Wow!
Like, it's more than the record.
It's actually, believe it or not, it costs more to send mail within Canada than it does internationally.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it takes forever too.
Yeah. That's the only thing too. When I was doing those sales, it's just, even to send to Europe, it's all the paperwork. It's just a hassle, you know, and I wish it was easier. I mean, I know the things like someone said, oh, do those whatnot sites, because everything's printed out for you and stuff, those whatnot auctions, and I haven't got into that. I hate even talking about selling records when Rob Walker's in the audience because it pisses him off about YouTube channels
Oh yeah,
selling music.
I bought 10. Yeah, look at there he is. He bought 10 records for £10 today.
Yeah, you could. I mean, there are places. Yeah, I bought. What did I bought? Oh, I bought I got a dollar record Friday. I haven't bought a dollar record in a while. I got a In Shrink Wayne Newton record, and I decided. I know people hate it, but it had that song Donkey Shane. I wanted to call. I used Donkey Shane in my video Friday, and I realized by listening to his voice, Wayne Newton and Katie Lang might be the same person.
Yeah.
They have the same kind of haircut and they sound exactly the same. That voice.
And I've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. You might be onto something there.
Yep.
Wayne Newton. Virginia boy.
Is he?
Left Virginia because he had asthma. Moved to Vegas. The rest is history.
Right. I think it was my mom's first. I remember when I was a kid, the single she bought, "Red Roses for a Blue Lady," and
oh my God,
she just loved that single. Before I started buying records,
Bobby Vinton.
Did he write that?
I thought Bobby Vinton said
no,
that was a hit of it up here. No,
well, it was a big hit with the other guy,
Mr. Newton. Yeah,
Wayne Newton did it.
I'm pretty sure Bobby Vinton was the big hit up here.
Hey Siri, who had a hit "Red Roses for a Blue Lady"? Oh, it's a 1948 song. Actor John Lorenz was the first to record it. Oh, Vic Dana. Oh, here we go. Vaughn Monroe. Guy Lombardo. Okay. Vic Dana, Wayne Newton.
Wow.
And Bert Kaempfert all had versions.
Always a Beatles connection, isn't there?
I was going to say that, but I didn't know. A lot of people don't know who Bert Kaempfert is, you know. And instrumentalist Bert Kaempfert. And they all had 3 chart at the same time. Wayne Newton's reached number 23. Andy Williams did it.
Wow, whoever wrote that song did write for themselves.
Yeah. I don't think there's any punk or heavy metal versions of it, but
Bobby Vinton's song was "Roses Are Red." Oh yeah, maybe that's what I'm getting it mixed up with. Roses are red, my love. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Peter. John, I dropped a 6-minute video.
How can you fit prog music in 6 minutes?
I don't know.
Every song starts at 17 minutes, I think.
What did you pick up, Rob? Let the music play. He says Mazzy was very generous to me. Very, very generous.
I sent him some records just to shut him up because he was bitching. So I sent him some free records.
Oh, that's nice.
From Coleman's collection. Yeah.
Well, then he should shut up.
I didn't do it just for that. I sent it to two people in the UK, him and John, 6-inch pianist, the soul guy.
The 6-inch what?
Pianist.
Oh, okay.
Pianist. It's a terrible name, but John knows. He's one of the. He knows more about soul and R&B on the VC than almost anyone else.
I love that handle.
Yeah.
Just got to be careful when you say it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
I think he regrets naming his channel that at this point.
I show 10 records in 6 minutes, Mazzy.
Right.
Wow. That's like 6 shorts.
Well, I did that 101 record thing for Dodson Loops, and it took me 45 minutes.
You show 101 records in 45 minutes?
You had 101 questions, and you had to
I think
as many as you could.
3 questions I didn't show. I just gave it a verbal answer, but
that was his contest.
You could do like 10, 20. It depends on like if you did 10, you get 1 entry. If you did 100, you did 10 entries.
Oh, okay.
And I think Rachel and one other person did all 101.
That's funny.
So I was
I just
gaming
found
the
out about it
system.
a couple of days ago, or else I would have done it.
Yeah,
I bet you on free
I
time.
think mine was the last day I finally did it, but it was fun. It was a lot. The worst part is pulling the records and then refiling them.
Oh, I know.
But I recorded it in groups of maybe 15 at a time. So
That's why I like to pull CDs instead of records when I'm doing a video,
You still
because they're
gotta
just
put 'em
so much
away.
easier to pull out and put back.
yeah, I still got to put them away though.
Yeah, that they just with the they're just
Did
easier.
you do the CD tag?
No,
I didn't either.
no. I've been lax
no-
on supporting people's contests and stuff like that. I
I
don't
think
know.
John here has the secret there, or he's researching this.
Oh,
There are no photos or video of the two together. Yeah, I think we were onto something.
Yeah.
Wow. Is Mr. Newton still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 116 now.
And his hair's still jet black.
Yeah. Did you ever see him in? Wait, was it in? Was he in Christmas Vacation? I mean, not Christmas Vacation, Vegas Vacation.
Vegas
Vegas
Vacation, yeah.
Vacation.
Yeah, he was. That was. He could be pretty funny, you know.
Yeah,
I like him because he can mock himself, his whole shtick, his
yeah,
Vegas thing.
yeah.
Oh, did Brian do it? I like Brian's videos.
That's what Brian did the 101 albums too. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
I gotta go, but I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, we're gonna probably take off soon too. I'm out of
Nice
things. I gotta
talking to you
go up and
guys.
nap and listen to
Don't
some
hate
music.
us all in the United States since we get records cheaper, please.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
our fault.
Thanks for coming up, Mazzy. Appreciate it.
Okay, have a good
We'll
weekend,
talk
guys.
to you.
See ya.
Take care,
Yeah.
buddy. See ya. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call her quits too. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah,
Well, for
I don't
now,
have much else since I haven't
I'm gonna
bought
go
any
listen to
records in
some-
forever. I don't have anything new to say.
Listen to some vinyl and yeah, thanks for Mazzy and Larry to come up and talk to us.
I
Thanks
got to
for
work
coming
on my
Rob.
list of. I got to work on my list of guitarists for our Tuesday chat.
Tuesday, 10 so our live chat Tuesday, we're gonna pick our 10 favorite
Yep.
guitarists in the rock field or heavy metal, rock, prog, just that whole kind of genre.
I'm gonna finish up our special effects for Stump Us today.
There we
So
go. Stump us
you and I
worked
can
out
maybe
good.
connect on Monday or Tuesday to figure out how to make that work.
Everybody come up with some challenging questions for Stump Us. That worked. That was fun last week.
That
I
was
think
fun.
we did pretty good. I think we only missed. And no movie. It's music trivia.
Yeah, it can be a movie question that has a music
John
in it,
tricked
that
us
one.
on a Big Lebowski.
The
'cause
Big Lebowski. Yeah,
I don't watch movies, so
that's right.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that stuff. But anyway, buddy, have a great day, and we'll see
You
you
too.
on Tuesday.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.